Each one of you got a paper. First of all, thank you very much for coming to Monday night, the Gate of Trust. I will start before we're going to touch in the Shidduchim. Okay, the topic of today is finding your match, where to start. But before we're going to start the topic, you know me, I always like to start with introduction. The first introduction I'm going to give you today, Oment. Oment in English is a fancy word for Segula. You know what Segula? Segula, Ke'am Segulahu. The Jewish nation considered to be a nation of Segula. What is Segula? And a fancy schmancy word is Oment. I don't know how many of you understand. I don't understand. But I just say it to feel, that sounds good, right? Wow. If I can speak fancy English, it's amazing. I approve this message. What's the meaning? Dr. Albert Porras.
Omen or sign.
You see, Dr. Albert went into Yale University. Over there, in Yale and Princeton, they speak all this fancy words. I came from Eretz Israel, Eretz HaKodesh, עיני השם אלוקיך בה, מראשית השנה ועד אחרית השנה. Thank you. Beautiful. So what is Segula? Segula is simple word Israeli style, shortcut. Meaning, if a person need to take him 5 years to become rich, Segula will make you rich in 1 month. Shortcut. How do you know when you fly into El Al? If somebody asks you, how do you know which airline you're flying, and you are in the airport, most of you will say it because of the security, right? El Al have the most, the highest security that exists. And tonight I'm going to tell you, not because of the security. You know what's the difference between El Al and any other airline? Any other airline, the line is straight. El Al, all these Israelis, pyramid, they call it pyramid. Everybody, nobody can wait in line. Israeli, we cannot wait in line. We can cut from here, from there. Welcome to El Al. Jews, we don't like the regular path. We're never happy. I'm sorry to tell you. You have everything that you want in life, let's be honest. Anything, you have a beautiful home, and you have a parents that they are great, you have beautiful watch, but you're never happy. Why? I want to have a better watch, a better bag. You have already bag, original and not original, look better from original. Came from China with the names. Until you don't gonna buy the original bag, and you're gonna be a loser to spend $5,000, you're not gonna be happy. Why are you happy? The same bags cost $100, look better, and original ways, no. By nature, we're never happy. This is, you know why we are Jews? We like to take what usually take 20 years, 40 years to succeed. A Jew wants to make it in the 4th year. This is our, how do we call it? Segula. Segula meaning shortcut. So today I'm going to give you 2 shortcuts that if you came to the class tonight, only to hear these 2, you made it. All the rest is benefits. All the rest is bonus. But these 2 is the greatest shortcut in life. For anything you need, not only to get married, to have children, to have parnasa, to have beriut, health, happiness. Anything you need depends if you want to get it fast, according to what we said today. Listen to these 2. The first one is my older brother. The second one is Rab Chaim Volozhin. Rab Chaim Volozhin was a student of the Gaon Mivilna, a giant. The Rosh Yeshiva and the founder of the Volozhin Yeshiva. He was a giant. He came in and he brought Segula, and each one of you have the paper. We're going to read it from inside and then we're going to explain it. But let's start with my brother, the Tzaddik. My older brother, Kodesh Kodashim. He said like this. One time I spoke with him. Before I was a rabbi in the Bukharan community, I was a rabbi in the Syrian community for almost 10 years, yes. Here I'm 11, over there I was 10 years. And they used to call me the flying rabbis. You know why they used to call me the flying rabbi? I used to fly 30 to 50 or 60 times a year to any place to give lectures. A minute I came into the Bukharian communities, they took my passport away. They took my passport, they took my license, they called the airport, locked down the gates. You don't understand. Sometimes even to go to a different community from here, from Queens, to go to another place of Queens, I need to get authorization. You cannot leave. But in that time I was free. Like all the rabbis in the same community, they can go in to give lectures in any place. So I used to go a lot. I used to be invited to, most of them was Florida. I used to go to Orlando, Daytona, Clearwater, Fort Lauderdale, Miami. And each week, it was 2 or 3 places, different places. Now why I'm telling you that? Because I call my brother. And I ask my brother if what I'm doing is right or wrong. He asked me, what time you fly? Usually when community invite you, they look for the cheapest ticket to find. They're not looking to give you the best tickets. When is the cheapest ticket to find? Do you know when is the cheapest ticket? Usually 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, early morning. 5 to 6 o'clock is the cheapest ticket because nobody likes to fly. To fly from Israel at 5 o'clock meaning, and 2 o'clock you have to be in the airport. Meaning 1 o'clock you have to leave your house. Meaning you didn't sleep the whole night. The cheapest ticket is 5 o'clock in the morning. So they used to give me that ticket. My brother told me, you cannot do it. I said, why not? He said, first of all, you pray shacharit, and only then you go to the flight. Even though you're going to Shiur Torah, you're going to business, you're going to work, you always pray shacharit first. I said, what's the reason? Ladies and gentlemen, what is the first pasuk in the Torah? What's the first pasuk? Bereshit bara Elokim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. Beautiful. In the beginning, Borei Olam create the spiritual heaven and earth, right? Simple explanation. Simple. Listen to the interpretation of my older brothers. כשהבראשית של יהודי הוא ברא אלוקים, בורא עולם אומר, אני אתן לך שמיים וארץ. If the beginning of a Jew, if the beginning of the days, when you wake up in the morning is to remember that Borei Olam is in control, God said, I promise you, I will give you heaven and earth, anything you want. What do you do the first things in the morning? Watching the phones, checking the stocks, going to business. How many times I ask young guys, why you don't come to Minyan? Rabbi, I'm busy. I have a business, I have to be open. So wake up in the nights. What's the big deal? You can wake up 6 o'clock. You're not going to work 8 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock. We're in America. Only in Israel they start 8 o'clock. In America, usually 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, they just open one eyes. Good morning, America. And then 11 o'clock, another eyes. 12 o'clock, the eyes connect to each other. Yoga. 1 o'clock, the guy move the head. And it's taking not 12 seconds like Modani. He take maybe 1.5 hours to stand up. And 2 o'clock, he start business. Welcome to. So why are you not in the minyan? What is the excuse? Rabbi, but I have a customer that is waiting for you. I don't understand. Who is giving you parnasa? The customer or Borei Olam? Who is giving you the shidduch? The matchmaker or Borei Olam? Who is giving you health? The doctor or Borei Olam? So if Borei Olam, why you don't go to him first? Why we coming into God only in the end? They have a statement in Hebrew, beautiful statement that said, Tefillah is not a spare tire. Tefillah is the steering wheels. I love it. What do? When we come to pray to God? When we try everything, when we went to all the shadchanim, and when we went to all the friends, and no shidduch, and the age is ticking, then we come in Borei Olam, en lanu melech elad, you're the one. And God said, why it took you 29 years or 30 years to come to me, to tell me that I'm the only one? Why you didn't tell me that I'm the only one when you are 20, 21 years old, when you just start dating? Why you come to me after you lost all your business and you invest money and you lost everything? Borei Olam, the Almighty, you are the only one. Why you didn't come to me before? If you came to me before, you will never lose. The first shortcut that I'm going to give you today is what you're doing in the morning. The first thing that you're doing in the morning will influence the whole day. Ladies, I know that you are obligated to pray one prayer. Now, there's always debate. Which one is the best?
Mincha.
You see, most of you say Mincha. And according to our class, do you know why you said Mincha? Not because it's so difficult like the plain business person. Mincha is difficult. But ladies, anyway, 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, they're already back home. So why Mincha? Mincha is shorter from Shacharit. Mincha 5 minutes. Baruch Hashem, Borei Olam. I designated for you 5 minutes. Don't push it. Don't ask too much. Don't make me black hat. Religious. Wow. Give me 5 minutes, I will give it to you. Ladies, gentlemen, according to what we speak today, Shacharit. What do you do when you wake up in the morning? Bereshit bara Elokim. If you beginning, Bereshit meaning the beginning. If you beginning is bara Elokim, Borei Olam, you're the one, then God said you don't have to ask nothing. I will shower you with everything that you want. It all depends. Because of that, the Modeh Ani is so important. Because of that, Birkot HaShachar is so important. Because of that, what we're doing in the morning. Because this is, after my brother told me, in the last 11 years, maybe only 3 or 4 times I flew before Shacharit. Only in emergency cases. I took my brother, the Tzaddik, advice. I do not fly in the morning. If they have an issue with the flight, it's not my issue. Find an expensive ticket and send me 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock in the morning. I don't need to compromise. First of all, I'm coming to the synagogue to pray. And after I pray, only then I'm going to go to give Shiur Torah. Only after I'm going to check the news, what exactly happened or not. What do you do in the first things? Open Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, or come into the Almighty God and talk to Him. TikTok or talk to God. What do you do in the first things? This is so important. The first shortcut is what? Bereshit bara Elokim. In the beginning, you want to get married. You want to be healthy. You want to be happy. You want to have as many children. You want to become rich and successful. Remember, Bereshit bara Elokim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. It all depends on the beginning. Not Mincha and not Revit. What? Shacharit. But you're going to tell me, Rabbi, it was few months ago that you gave a class how important is Mincha. I agree with you. Today, maybe I'm switch a little. And I will tell you that Shacharit. Because Shacharit is the beginning. And you're going to see that the most difficult test in a human being life is to come to the morning to the prayer. Especially for guys. They will find you all the excuses why they cannot come. When they are married, they're going to tell you Shalom Bayit. My wife need me to be there with the children and do it. They are not married, they're going to tell you, Rabbi, business, we have customers, we have to open the stores. They're always going to find excuses why not to come to Shacharit. If you don't come to me, why do you want me to come to you? If you don't call me, why do you want me to call you? If you don't seek for my help, why do you want me to help? Borei Olam, the Almighty God said, come to me in the beginning. Modeh ani lefanecha. Moda ani lefanecha. Melech. Borei Olam, the first word that I take out from my mouth is thank you, Hashem. So this is the first shortcut that lead to the second one. And listen to the second one. One of the greatest moments for every obstacle that a person have. A person went out on a date for so many dates, nothing is working. Some date that you really wanted, and you went out and something blew up, I don't know what. And you're asking yourself, Rabbi, what did I need to do? I want to see miracles. You have a courthouse. You know, a courthouse, they find you driving in a speeding ways. Or parking in a certain place that you're not supposed to. They call the building department on you. I did try it. They called the building department on me. And the woman from building department came. I was thinking she's going to give tickets. I did what I'm going to tell you today. The shortcut of Rab Chaim Volozhin. Beautiful one. And she came, not only that she didn't give tickets, We became such a good friends. She even asked me water to drink. She said, Rabbi, you have nothing to worry. I just came in to see the house look beautiful. What's the house? I did the backyard with no authorization. What exactly? Nothing. She doesn't even talk about it. She said, life is amazing. Actually, beautiful building you did here. Thank God, Baruch Hashem. Listen to this. קם רב חיים מוולוז'ין and writes, ובאמת הוא עניין גדול וסגולה נפלאה. What I'm telling you now is so crucial and so big. The biggest things and the greatest shortcut in life. The greatest. I give it to you in English as well. For the one that do not read English. The one that do not read Hebrew. לבטל מעליו כל דינים. To take away from you, against you, any judgment. Any judgment against you. The reason that we're not married is because we have some judgment. The reason that we're not successful, maybe because of our averot. We did so many sins. And the devil and his friends jumping over there, giving us kitrugim against us. They're telling God they don't deserve to get married. They don't deserve to have children. They don't deserve to be healthy. They do not deserve it. What you can do to make a plaster in the mouth of the devil, to make sure that he's not going to be able to talk about you. But he's right. What do you want? He's right. No. Come, Rab Chaim Volozhin, he said, what I'm telling you right now is the greatest segula, the greatest oment, the greatest shortcut. And that one will be able to cancel any decree against you. Anything, hospital-wise. What's the problem? When we face the obstacle, we forget the segula. You're going to live here, everybody will agree. Rabbi, beautiful, amazing. A minute you're going to go to dates. A minute you're going to get tickets. A minute something bad is going to happen, you're going to forget it. If you're going to remember this one, I guarantee you in the name of Rab Chaim Volozhin, a giant, that you're going to see miracles. What's the segula? שלא יוכלו לשלוט בו. Nobody can control on you. Nobody can ruin your shidduch. No one can ruin. You know how many times some friends that you thought that they're your best friends know about you certain things that you did that you're not so proud. Let's be honest. You did certain things that you're not so proud about it. And you're afraid that your friend will might going to open the mouth. And mine will share this information in your resume. When you're calling, usually you put in your friends. How do you know what your friends said behind your back? Sometimes because of jealousy. Why next to you, buddy, Boshet Salamat, Shto Yishmo Nachze. She's giving you a blessing. You're my best friends. You're my sisters. You're Balagan. Behind, a minute that she pick up the phones, may God open the mouth of the donkey. Why she opened the mouth? Allah Bhakti. And you're wondering, how come every shidduch gets it? You didn't even go to dates. No one can cancel your shidduch. No one can fire you from your job. No one, no matter how bad you did. What do you have to do? לא יעשו ברושם כלל. כשהאדם קובע בליבו לאמור, הלא השם הוא האלוקים האמיתי, אין עוד לבדו יתברך שום כוח בעולם, וכל העולמות כלל, והכל מלא רק אחדותו פשוט, יתברך שמו. הוא מבטל בליבו ביטול גמור, ואינו משגיח כלל על שום כוח ורצון בעולם. הוא משעבד ומדבק תור מחשבתו רק לאדון היחיד ברוך הוא. כן יספיקו יתברך בידו, שממילא לא יתבטלו מעליו כל הכוחות והרצונות שבעולם, שלא יוכלו לפעול לו שום דבר כלל. אין עוד מלבדו. Do you know what I said? It's very simple. If you have obstacles in life, and you're closing your eyes and you said, Borei Olam, there's no shadchan, and there's no matchmaker. I don't even need matchmaker. And there's no policeman, and there's no judge, and it's not even the guy that I'm dating. Everything is you. Hashem Yitbarach, it's all you. And you are the only one that running the show. And I refer only to you. Can you repeat after me, ladies and gentlemen? En od milvado. No one except you. Do you know what's the secret of Shema Yisrael? Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. Echad meaning one and the only one. That's it. I don't need connections. I don't need how that Rabbi Rubashkin shared it many times. Rabbi Rubashkin, when he was in the jail for 8 years and 8 days, no wondering why it was exactly 8 years and 8 days. Because the number 8, they always refer to above nature. What's the connection? And it was 8 years, 8 days, and the 8 days of Hanukkah. Not in the 7 days. He went out from the jail when he's singing, Hashem Elech, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Anachnu. Why the 8? Why 8? 8. Do you know why 8? 8 in Kabbalistic ways is the best number to have. If you bashert, if you shidduch, if you guy coming into the date with a short with 8, say I do. He's above nature, this guy. Tomorrow everybody buy a t-shirt with 8. 8. It's all about 8. Do you know why 8? Because Rabbi Rubashkin, I'm sorry to mention, had the best connection in the world. Do you know what's the best connection? To be connected to Chabad. Chabad have 5,400 rabbis, synagogues around the world. The strongest organization in the world history is Chabad. They have connection with the president like this. They have connection with the best lawyers. Anything you want. And he was the biggest sponsor of Chabad in his times. Rubashkin used to give millions of dollars. He used to give so much food for poor people. He had all the connections. He hired the 2 best lawyers in the United States. One of them, his name is what? How do you call it? No. One of them. Dershowitz. Dershowitz was an easy case. Easy case. He would win 100%. He lost the first case. He lost the second case. He appealed to the Supreme Court. He lost 1 time. He lost 2 times. And he lost the 3rd times. Do you know what exactly happened if you lost appeal 3 times? Do you know what exactly happened? You cannot make appeal anymore. Meaning, Rahmat Kuna, you're going to be in the jail another 22 years finals. When he came from the last appeal, the police was smiling. How are you doing, Rabbi? Redneck, how are you doing, Rabbi? Says, Rabbi, body. How did he used to shout? Body. They have this body. I love this body. The body of the redneck, from Buffalo, New York. I love body. Rabbi. I was there once. This guy, police, they look so scary. Light, the sheriff, they come with a special boot and light from all over. I thought aliens is coming against me. He came to me and said, good morning. It took him 25 minutes until he finished the word. Body. I love this body. He said, body, you're going to be here another 22 years. And he said with a smile. Rabbi Rubashkin went into the jail. And he used this moment. And he said, you know what, God? He was not depressed. Just opposite. He said, I was working on myself so much that I achieved this level of emunah and bitachon. God, now I know that I'm out. Why? Because now the only one that I can trust is you. And od milvado. He prayed only to Hashem. 8 days later, the President of the United States overruled the Supreme Court, overruled the lawyers and the connections, and released him out. When you're going out and a date, what exactly we have in mind? What exactly we're going to say? What exactly we're not going to say? How I'm going to speak? How I'm not going to speak? Which dress I'm going to put? How much extension I'm going to wear? The 3 building department, not building department. This extension here and extension there. Extension balagan, Baruch Hashem. And the guys to put gel, banana mousse, not to put banana, chocolate mousse or banana mousse. And spray balagan, and he's coming, and you see him so relaxed. The guy never relaxes. But suddenly next to you, so relaxed and so pleasant. The first time he eats with fork and knife. The first time, he doesn't, you can see it. He doesn't even know how he's working. In his house, he never eats before. Suddenly next to you, and he put the napkin perhaps. What a nice Guys, when exactly you put napkin? Be honest for it. Don't be honest. Don't be honest. Nobody put napkin. Suddenly next to you, they put it like this. Why? And here, Beethoven and Mozart, I love it. The guy hates the music. Now suddenly next to you, become romantica. Society, prestige perhaps. For Dr. Albert, Yale University, prestige perhaps. He became a prestige person. When exactly all this? You know what exactly happened? You know what exactly happened in our business? We're so busy. How I'm going to speak with the customer? How I'm not going to speak? I'm going to do like this. I don't understand. You running the show? Or Borei Olam is running the show? Why are you thinking so much? Stop thinking. Do your share, and that's it. And if this is your shidduch, it's going to be your shidduch. You know what you have to do? Before you come in, the only preparation that you have to do is not to dress beautiful. It's nice. I'm not saying that not. And it's not to come in and to be ready and making practice with your friends what she's going to ask me, what I'm going to answer, what. And it's not to be FBI and CIA in the investigation. How many times, ladies, you bring the guy to feel like he's under investigation of the FBI? How old are you? What is your credit card number? How much money you're making? When exactly you start working? What you planning to do in life? The guy came out. He's all sweating. Thank God you don't come with this computer that you put the light detector to check if it's like. Thank God, the guy, he barely talking and you ask him so many questions. Relax. Ladies and gentlemen, the only preparation for everything that you do in life, business, before you speak with the doctors, hopefully you will never need it, marriage, children, is to remember, Dr. Albert, what do we have to remember? And Od Milvado. Borei Olam, I refer only to you. And you are the only one that can help me. The only one. And nobody but you can make any damage to me. Nothing. A damage that happened meaning that you agreed to it. That you are the one that sent them. I will never get upset with the guy. The guy that canceled my date, he didn't cancel it. Borei Olam saved me from this date. Nobody can cancel your date if the date is yours. But you don't believe. Rabbi, she talked bad about me. You have to go to this woman and say, thank you very much. Send your friend a flowers and said, you saved me from something that doesn't belong to me. Do you really believe in Hashem or not? This is the test. And Od Milvado. No one. It's only you, Borei Olam. It's only you. And you're the only one that can make it happen. And anything that happened in this world happened only because of you. You know how deep is that? A minute that you're being connected to this moment. The first one is, it all depends in the beginning. What do you do the first things in the morning? The second one is, remember in every step throughout the days. You're going into a judge and you have a courthouse. The ladies that came in to give me the tickets from the building department, what I did, I was sitting down outside and the breeze was a beautiful weather and I was preparing myself to the building department to come. What most of us is doing, getting frightened, and honestly in the beginning I was frightened. Yes, building department is not something so pleasant to see. Israel tax department, FBI or CIA, none of us can say, no, we are cool. I don't feel nothing. I do not feel nothing. No, in the meeting, in the date, I feel cool. I relax. Nobody. But this is our job, to work on our job. How do you work? 5 minutes before meditation. When I say meditation, I'm not talking about yoga. Ahu is not going to help you this. You can scream Ahu, 3 hours is not going to help you. The date is not going to become better because you can relax. After 3 hours, no. When I say yoga, I'm talking about spiritual meditation. You know what means spiritual meditation? Close your eyes and see only God in front of you. Shiviti Hashem lenegdi tamid. Ki mimini balemot. Borei Olam, I see you and only you. Nothing bad will ever happen to you. Borei Olam, I surround myself to you. I'm giving my trust only to you. Only to you. And you are the only one that can help me. The building department, instead of giving me ticket, she authorized the bill. She authorized him. It is not legal. What a beautiful job. What a beautiful building, you know. Maybe over there you can put a little more flowers. She's giving me advice. Thank God. And then I'm looking. You're the only one. You're the only one that can take something that is so obvious, so 100%, and switch it. And Od Milvado. The second moment, I told you like this. I love this introduction. Because this introduction is a life-changing introduction. I'm not going to give you advice just to come in and to come out. What exactly? We asked a few questions and we left. Nothing changed. No. Every class that you come, every Monday, we guarantee with Hashem help, only with Hashem, that every class will change your life. Now, every date that you go, 5 minutes before the date, what do you have to have in mind? And all. Ima is going to do it for you. Ima is doing it. And no Milvado, por העולם, and viva la France. No viva la France. And no Milvado, Ima. No viva la France. Forget about France. And no Milvado. And no Milvado. No one but you, por העולם. And you're going to see that even the devil cannot touch you. Nobody can touch you. You become untouchable. You become a walking blessing person. You got fired and you say, Eno Milvado. A minute later, you got hired to a job that you become the boss, and the rest is history. The rest is history. Do you know why? Because you trust Hashem. You didn't depend your life in a boss, or in your friends, or in anyone else. You depend your life only on Melech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. If this is so, now we're going to start. We said yes. No, it was only introduction. Welcome to the real class. How did they said? And I love these statements. Listen to this one. Do not tell God how big is your problem. Tell your problem how big is God. You know, everybody come, God, I'm not married yet. I have issues. I have issues like this, and in the business it's difficult. And the test, I have a test, and I already fell down 3 times in the test. God, I have such a big issue. Stop by telling God how big is your problem. Tell the test. You know who is God? My Father. You know how big is God? God can make sure that I'm going to pass the test in a beat, that I'm going to be successful in the date in a beat, in a second. How big is God? And God is big. God is Melech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So, now we're going to get into the Shidduchim. Do you want me to start, or you want to ask a few questions? You ready for the question, or you want me to start the introduction? So I'm going to start, and if you have questions in between, let me know. You're going into a date. How do you know if you're ready or not? How do you know if you're ready or not? How do you know how many dates you have to go or not? It's not one rule to all. The amount of dates doesn't apply one answer to all of you. How do you know if you're ready or not? No, I have general answer. It's not general. Not all these questions. How do you know that this guy that you date is good for you or not? After 4 dates, 5 dates, how do you know if it's good? You see, it was a woman last week that called me. She asked my advice. And ladies, it's good that you're going to hear what I'm saying right now. She called me 3 days later crying and saying, Rabbi, thank you. You saved my life. You know, sometimes you give advice, and Borei Olam made you a pipe to literally influence people forever, to literally change the life of people. And it was not you, only Hashem. But Hashem the Almighty God put the right word in your mouth. I called this woman 2 days later because it bothered me. And when I judge a case like this, I always judge like you are my own daughters. This is the way that I apply the questions. I'm not applying the question like a stranger. I put you to become my daughters, and I'm asking myself, if it was my daughter, what exactly I'm going to respond? If he was my son, what exactly is my advice to him? Then the advice become perfect. Because for you children, you always... So she called me and she asked. First time she called. I don't know this woman, she's out of state. And 2 days later, I made a phone call. I don't know why, Borei Olam gave me the feeling to do it. And I told this woman, she was very into these dates. She went out to a date too many times. And the guy under pressure, decides to cancel. And she is fighting for the date. Because emotion-wise, she was attached. By the way, this act happened both sides. Man or woman. How many times, gentlemen, you went out on a date that she was so clear by saying, telling you no? Yes, she didn't tell you no like Israelis, because then you will never come back. She told you no as clear that American style, perhaps. Hello to you. Maybe we need a break. When a woman tells you we need a break, meaning I do not want to continue. I'm sorry for me explain. She didn't mean to take a break. She mean I do not want to continue with you. But it's not nice. So we said break. And you do not get the message. Maybe you need a baseball bat to wake you up a little bit. But again, America, you don't get the message. Or you don't want to get the message. Now what's the problem with this one? I will tell you what. And ladies, remember, do not sell yourself cheap. Do not beg to no one to take you. Gentlemen as well, but especially ladies. Do not come like a beggar. You're gonna come to like a beggar, you're gonna remain a beggar until 100. He's always gonna remind you how low life you are, and how you beg me, or when you come, please take, please, but I do, you're going on the floor. I do not like, ladies, do not get offended. This is not Jewish tradition. I do not like the beginning of every marriage in America. Had nothing to do with Judaism, had nothing to do with Torah, but everybody's doing it. Because Goyim is doing it. When a man starts the marriage when he's in his floor, then wondering why woman hides, all his life is in the floor. She stopped him. Why? Because you start. I'm not going to say what's the name, but you start on the floor. Woman rights, equal rights, equal meaning I'm standing and you standing. Why does it have to be in the floor? Romantic, don't be romantic. Respect yourself. This is not Jewish tradition. Stupid tradition that we have nothing to do. Do you want to hear the emet? Emet. And if you're not going to do it, she's going to get so offended. Oy, oy, oy! Why is that in the floor? Because you want woman rights. When it's comfortable, woman rights is important. Flags, I'm going to make money. I'm a pharmacist. I'm a doctor. Don't talk to me like this. Let's step outside. Finish it like a man to man. That's it. I'm a manager. I'm running companies. Suddenly, when he proposed you like woman, like equal rights, it's not good. No. You have to be in the, I'm not going to mention the names. You have to be in the floors. Gentlemen, do not beg to no one. If you believe in Borei Olam, nobody have to make you a favor to get married with you. I told this woman, why do you have to beg her? Where is your respect and dignity? I don't care if you're in touch or not. Your heart, you work for a second with the brain. If I put you to be my daughter, I do not want my daughter to beg to no one. He said, no, let them chase after you. He took her overnight. She called him the day after. She said, you know what? I was thinking about it. She didn't tell me that I spoke with him. I spoke with her. I said, don't mention my name. She said, you know, I was thinking about it. Now is your time to chase after me. I'm sorry. I decided I don't want to continue. And I have no grudge against you. And I have no bad feeling. Life is amazing. Continue with your ways. Now, I said, now you're going to wait a few days. And let's see who is going to chase after her. The one that's chasing and begging, he's the weak person in the relationship until 120. Do you want to be a weak person until 120? Come with dignity. So how do you know who is your match? How do you know if you're ready or not? How do you know how many dates? Simple questions. Can anyone here answer the questions? One time we said, you remember, if you can think about somebody else, today I'm going to give a different answer. Today I'm giving a different answer. How do you know if you're ready or not? How do you know which match is good for you or not? To continue or not? How many dates to go out or not? Can you give me an answer, ladies? Gentlemen, anyone here have an answer? Free breakfast online, Urban Press for 2 people, sponsored by no other, from Shlomo Matatov. Thank you. No, definitely the rabbi is not sponsored. Shlomo, we're in?
Not more than 10 days.
Very nice. The rule is not more from 10 days. Beautiful rule, but this is applied for everybody. It took me 2 dates to get married, so I was wrong. The second date I proposed to my wife, and we are married 23 years. Gan Eden. And the only reason, ladies, it took me 2 dates, because I really want to propose in the first one, but it doesn't look professional. So I'm doing yoga in the middle. To be or not to be? Not to be. Next one, Borei Olam. And not be Bador. 2 dates. 1 date too much. So I don't understand. 10 dates. 2 dates. 7, 8 dates. 8 above nature. 8 is good. 8 above nature. 5 comes up.
You don't know. You don't know.
From very nice. Beautiful. So today I'm going to give you answer. Not knowing is not answer. Then I leave all of you the way that you came. So what's the point? You never ask questions if you don't at least try to answer it. Yes, Dr. Albert. 3 dates? How many? 3 dates. Why, Dr. Albert, 3 dates? Generous. Dr. Albert gave 1 above me. Instead of 2, 3. Baruch Hashem. 3, Abraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov. 4 is Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Leah. Baruch Hashem. I will give you in every number a sign. Ladies and gentlemen, remember this one. עשה לך רב והסתלק מן הספק. Ladies, make yourself rabbanit. Gentlemen, make yourself a rabbi, a real rabbi. First of all, the rabbi doesn't have to have a brand names that have no time for you. The fact that you have a brand names doesn't help your situation. A rabbi has to be a person that have time to listen to you, to give you the right advice, to care for you like a son, to care for you, and a person that you respect enough, not friendly, because friend you don't really get advice. You get the advice, but you're not listening. You need someone that you respect enough. Ladies, you need to make yourself rabbanit. Find a rabbanit that you can ask valid, why? I told you many times in my lectures, you are biased. By nature, you're going to see what you want to see. And you're going to hear what you want to hear. You cannot make decision in your own life. If you're ready or not, how many dates to go out, if the person is good or not doing the date. If you like him appearance-wise, you're going to justify all his flaws. The guy is cheap. Maze cheap, stingy. He take $5 and he take kg. He's like this. $5. He spent $5. He's like this. And what you're going to tell? You're going to come to your parents. You're not going to tell your parents he's cheap because you want to get married with them. He's a nice and beautiful guy, and he's making a lot of money, and he's driving a luxury car, a car that can get 0 to 100 under 3 seconds, and he's driving 10 miles because he wants to feel like president, and he open the windows and wave like president in America. And you have a beautiful watch, expensive watch. RM, Richard, where is Richard? Where is Richard? You have Richard, and he said, but he's stingy, and he's cheap, as cheap that he can get. You know what you're going to tell your mother? He know how to save money. He's a saver, you know? Saving who? Saving who? The guy is stingy. He's angry. No, he's not angry. People make him upset. No, he's a walking bum. Ticking bum like this. Everything make him. She's loud. She's screaming. No, she's not screaming. She's practicing to become opera singers. You see what I'm doing? Everything that I want to justify it, I can justify it. Because I'm biased. A minute that you bias, it's very difficult to do the right decision in life. Ladies, gentlemen, make someone that you can trust. Someone that know who you are. That care for you like your own parents. Even your parents can be good and not good because your parents still bias. They still bias. They are part of you. They're always going to see your side. But external person, a person that you can trust, you can come and ask questions and say, Rabbi, Rebbetzon, that I'm ready to get married. How many days I need for my life? The number 10 is good, but it's not a general rule. It's not a general. For certain people, 3 or 4 is good enough. For certain people, they need 15 because they have serious questions and a date. So I'm not going to give you general rule. The general rule is that for all this answer, you need someone. You need someone. You need someone that can advise you what to do. Someone that know you, know the situation. Happened to be that this woman that I called a few days ago, she said, Rabbi, I don't know why you decide to call me. I don't know. Even me, I don't know why. I decided because I was bothered for 2 days. I said, I'm not going to leave her alone. She asked me a question, I'm going to give her answer. She said, Rabbi, you saved my life. Thank you very much for the advice. I needed. Now, what did she tell me? Listen to what she told me. Rabbi, your advice my father told me 10 times. But it's so difficult to hear it from our parents. But when you said, wow, you changed my life. But your father already told you that 10 times. That the guy is not good for you. Why do you need me to tell you that he's not good? One of my students in Safar Synagogue, I used to have the biggest class in the first single class in Manhattan for almost 11 years in Safar. And one of the ladies over there came to me. She was really like a daughter to me. For almost 9 years, every class. She used to come to our home. She used to have a key for our home. You don't understand. One day she went out on a date. And she told me, Rabbi, she told me the information. I said, it's not good for you. She didn't listen. Because in this moment I become a father. And we don't like to listen to our parents so fast. So she didn't listen. She got married. Don't ask me why I said it's not. You know how difficult it is for me to say that somebody is not good? I'm not rushing to cancel dates. You really have to. I don't know why. Borei Olam put it in my mouth. I said it's not good. 3 months later she divorced. She told me, Rabbi, how do you know? I said, I don't know how you know. Borei Olam. Ein od milvado. Borei Olam give me the ability to be a pipe, and whatever come out, come siyata d'shmaya. Come from the help of God. Make yourself a rabbi to ask these questions. Next questions. After we deal, how do you know the most important things? If you're ready or not ready. Number 2. I know in some tradition, like secular tradition, is not so common, but in a religious tradition, and it's very important that we're going to take the best of religion. And today I'm going to try to give you logic why. The first one is, try to check before and not checking during date. Most of us, we go to the date and then we try to verify what's the level of religion, if it's good for me, what exactly you want. He's keeping Shabbat, doesn't keep Shabbat, keep Kashrut, doesn't keep Kashrut. He wants to do Taharat HaMishpacha, doesn't want to do. He wants the children to go to a Jewish school, doesn't want. You know what the questions? This is a serious question to ask. Why you didn't check before? No, Rabbi, I don't want to be Beraranit. You know what's Beraranit? Picky. They told me you're too picky, I don't want to be. No. Not to be picky doesn't mean being available 24/7 to any guys. I'm sorry. You want to get married with the right guys. You have to check before, men and ladies. Because of that, they have resume. The resume give you 4 numbers. I had a shidduch that I need to check. And nobody knew it. Don't ask me how did they figure out Mishamayim. She had something in the family that they hide for 2 generations. 2 generations, they hide these mistakes, major mistakes. Coincident, I called this rabbi out of town, and he called another rabbi, just balaganin. We came out of this. Why do you hide it? A major, by nature, is good to check. Do not be too picky. But in the same time, like I said many times, you have to have a list. How do they call it? I call it not red light. Traffic light. You remember the class with the traffic light? Meaning things that you're not willing to compromise. And check. Who is the one that check usually? When you are young, you can depend on your parents. Your parents will do everything that you're not going to go out with people that they believe that they are not fit in your spiritual or physical. I mean, if the problem is that the guy is too short and you are extremely high, so you check it before. I mean, you don't want to go out and then in the date embarrass him. The guy already came and he saw you, so wow. And now he said, no, he's too short. Why didn't you check it before? Even simple things. It's not simple. For certain people, even look have to be a certain desires. You cannot make your decision on look. But at the same time, appearance is important. So it's good to check before. It's good to check the families. It's good to check the character. As much information that you can have before. And again, let the rabbis, let your parents, let your friends do it. It doesn't have to be a matchmaker. Friends, usually they are the best matchmakers. Because they know you and they care for your interest. So they will give you the best date that exists. Just to let you know. So you have to check. And the second thing is, not only you have to check. One of the benefits of having a middleman, at least in the beginning, when people point me to be a middleman, I'm there for 2 or 3 days only. After 3 days that you spend with the guy, 3 hours, you can transfer phone numbers and you can speak direct to each other. Ladies and gentlemen, especially ladies, do not start with this nonsense of text messages. You know, it's so not nice when this guy send you a message, smiley face, good morning. If you want to tell me good morning, call me and tell me good morning. This is such a lack of respect that became addiction in our generation. I'm sorry to tell you. Stop with these text messages. And ladies, in general, I'm going to give you a tip. Especially the ladies. And in a second you understand why. When the ladies get in cuckoo, meaning upset, and is no, what do? They send after marriage a letter of text. You're like this, you're like this, you're like that. All of you make the same mistakes. I'm going to give you $1 million tip. Hopefully you're going to be smart enough to use it. 95% not, but at least 5% of you will be safe. Do you know why? Because the man is coming to the rabbis. Rabbi, I'm a perfect husband. You see this woman? Look. A man never send text message. A man always talk. So if you never record him, you have zero proof to anything that he said. Now he become the tzaddik, and he have a proof against you. Do not ever send text messages. Text messages is a proof against you. You have something to say, you said verbally. You hear that? Do not, in general, do not send any text message. Not good one and not bad one. Do you know why? Because do not build your message on a text message. Baruch Hashem, I'm married for 23 years. We do not send text. If we need to send text message, we send. But our relationship has nothing to do with text message. When I want to tell my wife that she's the greatest things in my life, that I'm so lucky and she's God's gift. Hello, how are you doing? Just want to tell you, my name is Rabbi Vaknin and I approve this message. God is good, God is good. I don't give a damn. He sent me you and he told me that you're the greatest. Baruch Hashem. I don't do it in the text message. So, do you know why we need matchmaker? In a second I'm going to give you. Do you know why we need matchmaker? Because if you say no, you don't have to say no in the face. You have a middleman, at least in the first 3 days, that can handle the situation in a nice, in a pleasant, in a sincere and sensitive way. Do not go, the Lubavitcher Rebbe was very meticulous, not to go date, secular or not, had nothing to do with this. Not to go date direct. A, because then you're going to hurt each other direct, if it's not going to work. And B, it can lead to intimacy before times. It can lead to hug and kiss. And then you're mine, and then you're not able to judge anymore. How did the Rebbe say? Listen to the beautiful message. Listen to the message of the Rebbe. He said, to be close in the beginning, to be close with your spouse in the beginning, to be close when he's not allowed, lead to be far when he's allowed. To be far when he's not allowed, lead to be close when he's allowed. I will explain. When you're close to each other when you're not allowed, before weddings, after weddings, from some reason, relationship is as distant that it can be. Suddenly, in the time that you're allowed to be close, after marriage, the guy doesn't want nothing from you. And the one in a cold relationship. American ways, you live in one room and you live in roommates. Baruch Hashem. Hello, good morning, good morning. You both go into restaurant, you holding the New York Times, he is holding the Daily News, and life is amazing. Or you holding these phones, and he's holding, and nobody's talking to each other. You know why? Because he was forbidden the relationship before it was allowed. The Rebbe said, if you distance before, you distance when it's not allowed, you're going to be close when it's allowed. Beautiful statements of the Rebbe. When we going out on a date, personal, the guy came to you and offer you a date. Can you give me, like a secular world, can you give me your phone number? Some people, they have the chutzpah. In a religious world, this will never happen. In a normal religious world, it will never happen. This is chutzpah in the highest level. But this is what they see on the TV. What can I tell you? They grow up like this. This is what they see. What's the problem with these two problems? If it's not working, one of your hearts is going to be broken, and the other one is going to get offended. Okay? And second thing is, being close and individual will lead to closeness that you're not allowed. It's better for you not to be close before. Especially for the ladies, protecting yourself. Do not sell yourself cheap. Sell yourself with dignity and care and respect. Obvious. When you have a matchmaker, make me a match. No. Matchmaker, make me a match. And you know what exactly happened? First of all, it doesn't need you to be close when you don't need. And second, nobody's offended. I went to many dates. And I never gave, I was very sincere with Hashem, not to give in a date sour feeling. Sour feeling. Not to go out on a date. Some people, again, chutzpanim. I don't blame them. They come to the date, they have 3 levels. Some people, they see something that they don't like, they leave before. They don't care about the feeling of other. Dangerous. Some people, they sit on the date, and either if she doesn't like it, she sends text messages all the date, like he doesn't see. Lack of respect. Or either he come with the big watch. Every second, he's looking what time is. When a person is talking to you and every second look at the watch, meaning that the date is not good. Let's finish it. It's not respectable to give a person to feel. I never did it. Every date, I went to many dates. Every date I went, I gave them to feel comfortable and respectable. After the date, I called the shadchan and I said, we're moving forward. That's it. Nothing bad. She's amazing, incredible. But it's not a match. Many of them told about me, I'm not a match. Nothing. Continue, next. Borei Olam have many doors to be open. Until you open the right doors. Baruch Hashem. When you have a matchmaker, you become, yes, questions. I want to hear questions, please. Ladies, feel free. Gentlemen, feel free, please.
When you said about texting, what about voice notes? Because sometimes you can't call.
So it's nice.
So voice notes are better than texting.
100%. I will call you later on. Let me know when I can call you, perhaps. And that's it. Don't leave a voice message that you have to wait to listen for 25 minutes. I love it. Ladies, they love it. A minute you tell them yes to voice message, every day, 7 voice messages. No. It's always better to be personal. I like it. Maybe I'm old tradition. I love being old tradition. Respectable, yes. Anyone else? Yes. Questions? Yes.
So, you said earlier you do your research on the person, right? And you said Ruach HaKodesh comes into this, that, and you have some information. Would that be considered lashon hara if you give over, let's say, some information that really doesn't pertain to marriage and has nothing to do with the individual, or it could have been about the person's past and their reputation? You should do your research.
Bonus.
How careful should you be, and how much should you care about?
Yeah, but first of all, I didn't say that Ruach HaKodesh came to me. I wish, and I say amen to that, but just to be careful in the word. I said that happened to be that when I call a rabbi, and he call another rabbi, and suddenly we verified something that they tried to hide for so long. Yes, but it happened to a human being. Hopefully to Eliyahu Navi Be'ezrat Hashem, yes. Listen,
Is that considered lashon hara?
and by the way, we have to be very, very, very careful in the information that we give to our chidurim. Very, very careful, yes. Not only lashon hara, rechidut, lashon hara, you destroyed in a person's life. Have to be very careful in the information that you get. If the information is that this woman, physically wise, cannot bring children ever, this is a serious information to hide.
What if you smoke? What if you smoke?
And a second, very honest, smoking is caution. I'm giving you a